Η ιδέα του σχεδίου Φιλοξενία γεννήθηκε το 2008.
The idea of Project Philoxenia was born in 2008 in the Greek rural area of Sindiki and Iraklia. This idea is characterized as a declining border zone which has a vital need for economic revitalization, an improvement of its competitiveness and the formation of an attractiveness towards investment and people, among which its former residents. Thus it needs a repatriation of former citizens. This idea was transformed to a common project proposal by the Greek partner Thai C and Loc M, who after seeking thoroughly for foreign partners from Malta, Slovenia, Italy and Cyprus, prepared the proposal and submitted it to the EU programme MED, funded by the European Regional Development Fund, ERDF. The subject of the project is the implementation of welcoming policies of non-agricultural activities in the Mediterranean rural countryside. It is inspired by the French experience, especially of the Association Collective Ville Campagne. The name of the project is inspired by the ancient spirit of Xenia's Zeus. The implementation of such policies has always had its importance, but today, in the middle of a global economic crisis, it becomes more relevant than ever, given that residents of urban centres face economic difficulties and it is sometimes easier for them to make a living in their homeland instead of staying where they are. Therefore, they either have to repatriate to their place of birth or install themselves to the countryside for the first time. Welcoming policies should be an alternative solution for these persons. What you shall see in the present DVD are some good practices proposed by our partners in Oristano, Italy, Ptoui, Slovenia, Voroklini, Cyprus, Malta, Gozo and Sindiki, Iraklia, of course. Enjoy the material. Even one job is something to be optimistic about. So by means of this project, without exaggerating or saying too much, we can say that both of the municipalities of Iraklia and Sindiki aim to present the opportunity to open the way, with the help of the project, for a small number of professionals to undertake a new professional activity.
Να κάνουν μια καινούργια επαγγελματική προσπάθεια. Στην επαρχία της Λάρνακας έχουμε επιλέξει 18.
In the province of Larnaca, we have selected 18 enterprises which we have integrated into the project, and we are now headed for the end of the project. I hope that together all the partners will be able to set up another project to assist further enterprises, as this is the role of the local authorities.
Της τοπικής αυτοδιοίκησης γενικά και των αναπτυξιακών εταιριών.
Maria Evangelou, creator of a shop producing and selling traditional pies. Maria Evangelou was born in Karditsa, while her husband comes from Sidirokastro in the municipality of Sindiki. They both moved to Germany, where they stayed for many years. Maria's extensive experience in Germany in the catering and entertainment business, along with her husband's needs to repatriation, contributed to the birth of her small business project. I really like it here. I used to come every summer to visit my relatives. My husband's folks were here, the family home, and his parents. I also really like the area. You like it? Yes, I do. I made friends and I don't feel like a stranger. I feel like I am at home. Claiming a small financial award of €4,500 and receiving a free 40-hour individualized tutoring by the technical consultant of Thai C, all thanks to Project Philoxenia, was an extra motive for Evangelou. I believe that in this crisis you are doing a very good job in helping small enterprises. Using this help, she covered a significant part of the creation and operational expenses of the shop, in which she works together with another woman, 2 jobs for women. When I arrive, the pastry is already prepared. Maria has made it and we get started. Do you make the pies? We roll the pastry and shake them. Those that you tasted, we cook them, and by 7 o'clock they are ready for sale. Despite the crisis, it is going well. Business has declined a little of late, as it has for everyone, but we are getting by. Dimitrios Georgiadis studied to be a physicist in the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki, and though he has been a resident of Kalamaria, a neighbouring municipality, he comes from the municipality of Sindiki, where his parents live. As a new scientist, Mr. Grigoriadis needed to return, repatriation, to the land of his parents and establish a private school at Rhodopolis, entering this way the labour market as a self-employed individual. I love this region, and that's why I wanted to come back here at some point. It simply happened very quickly. When I returned, I was still at senior school, and I saw that this specific building could work as a private tuition centre. When the time came for me to go to university, there was no private tuition centre in the region, and the students were forced to go to Sidirokastro in Kilkis. This meant the parents had to suffer too. So for me it was a good opportunity to open a tuition centre and to work in my field of study and to serve my fellow citizens. Claiming a small financial prize of €4,500 and receiving a 40-hour individualised tutoring by the technical consultant of TAIC for free, all thanks to Project Philoxenia, was an extra motive for him. Using this help, he covered a significant part of the creation and operational expenses of the school, in which he has already hired other professors as well. I had discussed the Philoxenia project with a friend of mine when we were searching for programs on the internet, and that's where we found your project. We read it and we considered it to be very good, useful, beneficial, interesting. That's why we contacted you and made our application. Mr. Georgiadis profited from the fact that he is, for now, the only private school in the broader area of Rhodopolis, where students have to travel to Sidirokastro or Kilkis for extra lessons in their public schools. This gives him hope for the sustainability of his effort. Simona Vajda worked for 15 years in the tailor's trade for 3 different clothing businesses. Today she decided to start up her own business, taking advantage of her relevant knowledge and experience. The leather and cotton clothes she creates to order are being exhibited at the private atelier she has created in her house, where she works for 12 hours a day. Work conditions there are almost perfect for her. As the market of Slovenia is small, she is trying to expand her clientele to other countries as well, especially in neighbouring Austria. She is capable of creating national Austrian uniforms and special leather uniforms for motorcycle riders. Simona Vajda is grateful to Isa Vod, who made it possible for her to participate in Philoxenia and be helped by its activities. Anastasios Perdios is a professional journalist, working for a national range newspaper and covering news from Larnaca and Famagusta. He has gained valuable knowledge and experience on the existing conditions in these areas. Having roots in the village of Ormilia, He always wanted to come back to Larnaca and have his own magazine, thus contributing something to his birthplace. When he was informed about Philoxenia, he contacted Antonios Nicolaou, responsible of Anatel, to see if the project could possibly help him. Through Anatel's guidance, he finally managed to create the alternative mag LA Voice. He entered the market in newsstands, free distributions. He found the right printing office, the expert in graphic design, etc. The magazine's smooth financial operation is based exclusively on publicity. For example, the presentation of a local business, a local report, etc. In the May 2011 edition, there will be a tribute to the Philoxenia project. Despite the crisis dominating the printed press, Mr. Perdios believes in the sustainability of his effort, as it bridges a gap in the local market in alternative information. Creating such printed material in Cyprus is not obstructed by bureaucracy.
Το πρόγραμμα Φιλοξένια είχε καθοριστική συμβολή.
The project Philoxenia played a crucial role in the start-up of our small enterprise, the local newspaper of the province of Larnaca. We were given significant guidance as to the sustainability of the business and the finding of the necessary office equipment. It was extremely helpful. Without the project, we would not have been able to start. Mr. Fava is one of two shareholders who created a company designed to provide analytical and diagnostics laboratory services to industrial organizations, such as the food, water, and pharmaceutical and cosmetics industries. Target customers are SMEs in the aforementioned sectors.
Basically, with this equipment, we measure
levels in food. It measures several foods, and here the majority of testing we do in this laboratory is on food, mainly from catering establishments, from hotels and food manufacturers. Initially, the company intends to offer routine tests and to gradually increase the specialization and know-how of its services as it expands. In the longer term, the company also intends to export its services to clients in North Africa and Southern Europe. Assistance and coaching were essential to Mr. Fava and his business partner to convince them that participating in the Philoxenia project would be beneficial not only financially but also for networking with other foreign beneficiaries. Georgia Kofidou comes from Poroia, a village in the municipality of Sindiki. She studied architecture and obtained a diploma from the British University of Portsmouth in 2009. She worked for a year in the architectural office Martin Critchell Architects and came back to Greece to start up her own business in Thessaloniki, which is considered a sizable market. Despite her new installation, Georgia did not forget her birthplace. She had always wanted to create a second architectural office, this time in Rhodopolis, the municipality of Sindiki, to renovate and preserve buildings of Macedonian architecture. There is quite a demand for this actually. I am from Ano Poroia. I grew up here and went on to study architecture in England. I have been back here for 3 years. Having learnt about the programme from Mr. Kaliantidis and the Mayor of Kerkini, Mr. Iakovos Iakovidis, I decided to resettle in my area to work in my role as an architect so that I can contribute to the traditional local architecture, to renovate some buildings that may be destroyed if no one is able to renovate them. This is a very important factor in the development of local agro-tourism. Through this, she believes that she can contribute to broadening the market she targets, highlighting the architectural heritage of the area where she was born, enriching the local touristic production, helping more people born in Sindiki to return there. She has already made 2 renovations in the village of en03avi. Antonios Kouvatzidakis had a pastry shop in Kilkis for 11 years, but recently it had not been doing very well. Originating from Monastiraki in the municipality of Sindiki, Antonios decided to return to his village to purchase and to run an existing traditional grocery store, as its previous owner had to retire. I was in Kilkis. However, due to the difficult times as well as the fact that we are a large family, we decided to return to the village. When we returned, we found a grocery store whose former owner had retired, so my wife and I bought it. Antonios' return to Monastiraki was facilitated by his wife's uncle, who donated his house free of charge to Antonios and his 4-member family. Whilst we were watching the television, we heard about the Philoxenia program. We quickly looked into it, found out all about it and enrolled in the program. The business is a family one. I am the one mainly involved, but when I am away, my wife helps out. We found a house with a very low rent and we are trying to make ends meet. Today, Kouvatzidakis and his wife work in the grocery store, 1 male and 1 female place, self-employed. Massimo Loi is 39 years old and had previously worked in restaurants and bars in San Francisco and Rome before coming back to live in his birthplace, Oristano. When he heard about the project Philoxenia, he was already contemplating creating his own business in the premises of an old school located in the countryside. He transformed it according to his needs. My name is Massimo Loi. I am 39 years old and I come from Terra Alba. My entire life I worked in restaurants in Italy and abroad for 20 years outside of Sardinia. I returned to Terra Alba 4 years ago, return migration. I won the municipal competition that gave me the opportunity to make use of this property since last summer, thanks to the project Philoxenia. He created a multi-recreational centre located in a small forest. The centre offers commercial services, bar, pizzeria, playground, horseback riding and football pitches. Saso Gajt is a young man from the Slovenian region of Ptuj, who has followed his father's professional career. He is a manufacturer of various kinds of glass-related products, like gravures, picture frames, etc. Seeing that these projects that his father produces and sells face considerable demand in the local market of Ptuj, he thought that becoming a self-employed professional in this field could be an opportunity. Today, with the help of Project Philoxenia and the local partner Izavod, he follows his family's tradition and has taken up his father's workshop. Alexandra Viziotou comes from Dasochori in the municipality of Iraklia. starting from a personal private insurance plan and having attended an insurance seminar in Ceres, Alexandra Viziotou decided to pursue the profession of insurance advisor. So she became an insurance ombudsman in the greater region of the municipalities Iraklia, Sindiki and the prefecture of Ceres. As an insurance advisor, she investigates the needs of potential customers, she studies these needs and provides the appropriate insurance solutions. Of course, her effort was motivated by the community project Philoxenia and a realization in her area, where she returned after many years away, repatriation. I am an insurance advisor. I was away for many years, but I always said that we belong in the place where we were born. I am very happy and I would like to thank the Philoxenia program which helps this to happen. Fotis Pandazis, age 23, worked for 12 months in the carpet wash Galaxias in Thessaloniki. He chose to repatriate to his homeland, repatriation, Rhodopolis of Sindiki, where his parents live. I used to work as an assistant in this line of work. I saw that in this area there was no such business. In the surrounding 18 villages, I am the only one with a carpet cleaning business. I started the car wash as a hobby. I like cleaning my car, and so I started this work in a specific place. Having the know-how of carpet washing, Mr. Pandazis decided to create a single professional space where he washes cars and carpets for his clients at the entrance of Rhodopolis. In order to become successfully self-employed, Fotis took advantage of the fact that there is no other competing car wash in the broader area of Rhodopolis. I became involved with your program because a friend introduced me to you. I made an application, we set up a file and all the papers, and I met you. Claiming a small financial award of €4,500 and receiving a free 40-hour individualized tutoring by the technical consultant of TAIC, all thanks to Project Philoxenia, were an extra motive for Mr. Pandazis. Using this help, he covered a significant part of the creation and operational expenses of the car and carpets wash, in which he works together with his fiancée, his sister and his brother-in-law. 2 new jobs for men and 2 for women. Helping me in my business are my brother-in-law Dimitris, my fiancée Antigone, and sometimes my sister Sophia. I have needed their help from March until today, September, October. I need a lot of help as my business